Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and Joe one stone, and it bring about feeling to all. man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibbidim day. We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good evening, and welcome to Global TV. Thank you for joining us this evening. It is your program, The People's Point of View. We are on YouTube, and yes, we are on TikTok, but this evening we are on the Producer Wayne Global TV. That channel has come out of prison today, while Global TV Group went into prison this morning. For a few days, Global TV should come out of prison, I think, somewhere tomorrow. But good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Usually, I'm talking about politicians and all that jazz. This evening, unusually, I will be talking about myself this evening. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening, welcome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. It is more about a conversation with you this evening on my health journey. Some of you who I would have spoken to already, or you would have seen by the thumbnail put out. I have been diagnosed with stage 1 kidney cancer, and that is the reason why I told you all I will be taking a temporary break from social media to sort my health out. Now, I want to try to give you the backstory. This, I think, surfaced in 2002. I had some chest pains and I had difficulties passing my urine. And even though I was on my blood pressure tablet, my blood pressure escalated. So I called the ambulance and I went to casualty. When I went to casualty, they did ultrasound and all that jazz. Then the doctor, sorry, I did not say individual good evening, but good evening to you all. So at that point, the doctor made a decision to take me off one of my blood pressure tablet, which is called Asoxyzin, and then put me onto a diuretic water tablet. But his issue was, based on his scan, my heart was dehydrated. However, I went home. After 3 days, I became worse with that tablet. So I went back to my general practitioner then and explained what happened at casualty, and then that this tablet was making me worse. They asked me to stay on it a bit longer because sometimes they are like that when you start them. However, after 7 days, I decided not to take it anymore. So I went back to the doctor, and the same problem existed in my lower abdomen, where a tenderness and tightness and problem with emptying my bladder properly. Then the doctor turned to investigate my prostate. They did the pH blood test first. Then after they did the physical prostate examination. Don't know if that was a trial and error they did, but she gave me a course of antibiotic then and said my prostate is possibly infected. That didn't work either. He was also treating urine infection, which also didn't work. I made the decision that the tablet the doctor at Casualty took me off, I'm going to go back on that tablet. When I went back on that tablet, it alleviated the problem somewhat, but not solved it. But it seems as if with my general practitioner, it came to stall with them. They didn't want to possibly investigate further. So after the whole partner draw debacle, I was kind of psychologically affected. So I weren't seeing my doctors for a while until in 2003 I went and I speak to my hospital physician, and I explained the same symptoms and everything. Then they refer me to urology and cardiology. While cardiology was, I waited a bit for the appointment. While cardiology was doing their investigation, they started investigating my heart, and then things was fine. While they were investigating the kidney, they did an ultrasound, and they identify a scarring on my left kidney. Then they requested a CT scan, which identified the mass on the left kidney. Now that wasn't shocking because we've had the experience in the family before, as my younger brother has gone through the same experience, the very same type of cancer on our left, and both of us left kidneys. So in all of this, I am also guided by that experience. One of the, if you want to say positive or a good thing in all of this, with both of us, it was caught early at stage 1, where there was no spreading except for the left kidney, which is affected. But one of the things I noticed, and this is particularly for men who drink alcohol regularly, I noticed throughout the time I've been having the symptom, because I said it started in 2002, because even at a point I was blaming my son, that because he was in trouble at that time, and I was blaming him that is because he brought his stress with his problem. It is what escalated my blood pressure, but then it was all of that surface, but not really properly investigated by my general practitioner. But particularly for people who drink alcohol regularly, in my experience, it would have been hard to spot, or it could have been masked in people who have who drink alcohol regular. Because what I notice is when I drink alcohol, before I stopped, because I stopped from last year, September. When I drink alcohol, I never used to have the problem, that tenderness and that problem of emptying my bladder properly would go away. So for people who are regular alcohol drinker, that problem would be masked for quite some time without you recognizing it. One of the other thing as well is ignoring light pains and light discomfort, because I didn't have massive symptoms. The major symptoms, other than in my lower abdomen, it would be like a tiring pain in my left hip down into the back of my left leg. But it is nothing that I would have to take painkillers for or anything like that. And some people who could ignore things like that for much longer, and and could leave it to develop. One of the thing with that particular cancer as well, it's a slow developing cancer. So if you caught it early, then it can be dealt with through surgery. As in my younger brother's case, he had his surgery during COVID, and after surgery, he had his all clear. No other treatment before or after after the operation. Now, when I saw the consultant, the urologist today, they explore some options which I ruled out two of them. I knew I wasn't gonna go that route. Well, go on, Karen. I know I wasn't gonna go that route from day one. One of the one of the possibility they were looking at is doing a biopsy to test God knows what. I don't know, but because I decided from day one I wasn't going to have that, because the that was a risk to my brother's own if doing a biopsy on it, if fluid get away from it inside the body, that could cause likelihood of spread of it. So I've already ruled out that before speaking to the doctor. Chemotherapy, I did rule out, but one of the option he explored as well was the radiotherapy burning, which I decided not to do either. So the route we're going to go is, what they're going to do is remove a part of my kidney, just like they did in my brother's surgery. However, my brother's surgery was an open surgery. Mine, in this case, will be robotic surgery. So the recovery period is expected to be um, much less. And for the hospital stay, they probably say about 2 nights if the overstay, if there is no complication. But in all this, I'm guided by my brother's experience, because if anything plagued my mind that I needed to know, then I would have talked to him about it and have my mind settled on that. I am not stressed about it, to be honest to you. My main concern was, after identify what's happening, is how long I would have to wait to get rid of it. Now, the plan is to have a surgery within maximum 6 weeks. So I'm hoping to get that done as soon as possible. I'm also on the other side using herbal remedy. I've done massive diet overhaul and all of that. But listening to your body and understand that something has changed in my body. There's a particular constant feeling that is there that never used to be there. Because some people do ignore these things because it's more of a nagging or fatigued feeling. It's not anything that I would have, none of the bit of symptoms that I experience. It's nothing that I would have to take painkillers for, anything like that. It's more of a tiring, fatigue feeling. But given my brother's experience and being guided by that, I am confident that everything will be all right, because the risk also in such surgery under the robotics is very minimal, which is a 1%. So I'm very confident by that. And as well as I said, as my brother, when his was discovered, his was 40 mil, mine is 28. So um as they have their development, and it's not going to be open surgery, so the recovery period is expected to be much shorter. Now, I've planned to like take a month or so rest. It depends on how my body and feel and how my mind feel, but definitely I'll be taking the time to rest and repair myself after all this happened. But definitely I'm not stressed about it. What I was more stressed about is how quick can we have an operation done. And they've given me maximum 6 weeks. So that should wrap up by mid-July, really. But listen to your body. And as I said, our diet matters. I was doing dietary change even before getting the diagnosis, because it's about 3 weeks ago they told me of the possibility, but it really was confirmed last Thursday. So they're moving quite fast on it, even though it's of slow growth, but they want to just move fast and get rid of it. So that's about it, really. But as I said, I'm not worried by it. I'm not stressed by it. I was more stressed by how quick can I get an operation. So, well, you just come in, Stacy. Yeah? No, I was explaining that I've been diagnosed with stage 1 kidney cancer, and the route we're gonna go is having an operation, because they were planning to do like radiotherapy, burning, and others. But I don't want to do that, because radiotherapy and chemotherapy burn, they tend to kill good cell along with bad cells as well. So because it is such an early stage, and it can be taken care of by removing a part of the kidney or removing the whole kidney, but in this case they are removing a part of the kidney. So it's safer for me to go that route, because there's no medication prior to or after the surgery. So that's the route I'm really going, but hope to have it wrapped up by mid-July, really, based on the timeline that the doctor has given. They haven't given me an actual date yet. They will contact me with that, but as soon as they've given me a date, then I'll let you all know that I will be absent for a while to sort myself out. And listen, Prime Minister, don't bother think say you hijack us, you know. Don't bother think you hijack me. Because I say, me not spend more 2 days in a hospital as per what the doctor says, Prime Minister. So if you think you're going to hijack we and call election, because no, it won't work, Prime Minister. We still are going to come out here, come knock Kete Drum. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for... No, it's not that serious, Ladybug, to be honest with you. If it is something that I have ignored and it have been left to metastasize to stage 2, 3, and 4, where it gets dangerous, but catching it at stage 1, where it can be dealt with successfully with surgery, then given the circumstances, that's a good thing. But if cancer like that is left undiagnosed, then the spread more likely in that, cousin Myrna, how you do? The spread more likely in that is to the lungs and the bones. So catching it at an early stage is a very good thing. If you have um weird feeling, whether it be in your back, your legs, your lower abdomen, under your rib cages, whether it be at the back or the front, and it's something constant, because there's so much thing going on. I could have contributed to other things, which I does sometimes, because I also suffer from osteoarthritis, which is thinning and weakening of the bones. So because of that, and because of the pain in my left hip, the tiring pain in my left hip, sometimes I would contribute that to my osteoarthritis. But my osteoarthritis doesn't affect me anywhere else. Another time, if it's in the lower abdomen to the left side, I would contribute it to trap wind. So, but it's only because for me it was constant. That's why I was determined to find out what the problem was. It could have been found out from in COVID time, because that's the time when my brother was going through his as well. It could have been found out from then if my general practitioner was paying attention. But it's not actually until I advanced thing with my hospital physician, then she referred me to all the necessary to have all the necessary tests done, and it's how it's been spotted. But it's good that it's been spotted at an early stage, so you don't have to go to the aggressive treatments such as the chemo and radiotherapy and all that, or a stage where you would have to end up removing one or both kidneys. So catching it at an early stage, getting tested. And one other thing I find out as well, blood test doesn't tell you an awful lot. Blood test does not tell you an awful lot, because blood test has always been showing that my kidneys are fine. But the ultrasound show that there was a scarring, but the CT scan show exactly what was there. So sometimes we actually need more than a blood test, because the blood test was always saying my kidneys were okay. The only issue they had with my kidneys was a bit of protein issue, but they medically and clinically said they weren't too concerned about that. But blood test wasn't showing up any concern of that at all. So sometime tests like MRI or CT scan, because those will even show up more than what like a Doppler ultrasound would do. So it is important to know from early, because once you know from early, you can have better ways of dealing with it. Whereas if you find it as at stage 4, where doctor then gives you a prognosis, and that prognosis actually stress you out and kill you much faster than the stage 4 cancer really would have. So getting tested testing is very important. Now, the confusion with some of my siblings and I, we're looking at which side of the family this may have um, come from, because both my brother and I had the same type with and the same kidney. We're not aware of cancer cell on our mother's side of the fence, but there are several people on our father's side of the family who have had cancer in the past, but not particularly the kidney cancer that we have. So that's the confusion a bit with us at the moment. We don't know if it's hereditary, and if it is, what side of us does it come from. In all this, I am supported by my siblings, my cousins, my friends of long ago, and no doubt I have my whole globalist team to support me as well. So honestly, I am not stressed about it. Time flies soon, and this will all be over in a blip. So the government shouldn't think one vlogger less rather to worry about when him call the election. Call it, Andrew, call it, because even from my sick bed, we will defend our country, because we notice I be a lawsuit one, and we attack forget we lawsuit in a prime minister, but we're small fries. We are small fries, prime minister. So you won't be going after the small fries, or not tend to love the big fish them. But these lawsuits, are they tactical, prime minister? Because everybody are protecting your integrity. Every corruption that spew out of your government, prime minister, your integrity comes under scrutiny. Head teacher K, welcome, Wagwan. Every corruption spew out of your government, you will have to, your integrity comes under scrutiny. So not because you're here and say we're not too half good at the moment, means say I go call election behind we back and go on like say one less vlogger to worry about, prime minister. Even on our sick bed, we will defend the cause, And I'm not sick, prime minister. I'm just going through a phase, because symptomatic wise, I am well. I am not in any pain, any unbearable pain. I am not stressed. I am supported. So don't bother think, prime minister, there's a knockoff and you have free run when you have one less voices. It's still going to be accountability all the way, prime minister. We want to hear about the $27 million knockoff off of the jail. Wow, sorry about that, Abina. My condolences. Prostate runs also on both sides of my family, mother and father. But us as siblings, brothers, we regularly we have had the check done, so we make sure we sort our concern out on that side. But it's important to pay attention to your body. Thanks, head teacher. Thank you. It's important to pay attention to your body, because if it's giving you symptoms, especially if it's ongoing symptoms. But in my case, some people would have ignored such a symptom because it's quite light, very, very light. It's more of a tiring, weary, fatigue feeling. It's nothing that I would have to take painkiller for, or it wouldn't stop me from moving about, or so I still do what I need to do. So some people would ignore what they are feeling and not want to know. But I particularly know something was wrong in the lower particular left side of my body. Now that we find out what it is, it's just about getting it out, over and done with, really. So it will be it will be a blip. It will be a blip. The main important thing, it's been discovered early. And as I said, my brother had a successful surgery. He had open surgery. His recovery period was about 4 weeks. Mine is gonna be robotic, so it's expected to be much a quicker um thingy. But Prime Minister, one of the things I cannot get over with you is your economy, Prime Minister, because you keep hammering it home how well you have done. And the experts have come out and they are speaking. But none of the experts where speak, it don't make no sense to you. Maybe because all of them are PNP. Because experts come out on the crime number. Experts come out on how terrible the economy is doing, as you would have it is doing very well. But how terrible the economy is doing. But your utterances, Prime Minister, and we should continue to play this into the general election. Because after promising Jamaicans prosperity 10 years ago, and in your 9 years in government, you are coming back to explain to us. I cannot get over that, because if this is not an admission of failure, I don't know what it is. You're coming back to say to us, I have fixed the roof. I know the plinth are shaky. There's no flooring in. There's no windows yet, but I have secured the roof. I have fixed the national economy. I'm fixing from top down. But what you have to do, because I have managed to use 9 years and achieve fixing it at the top, what I want you to do is to give me another 5 years, and I guarantee you I will bring prosperity to your communities. Prime Minister, if that is not an admission of failure, I want you or any labor right to explain to me what else is it. If it's not admitting to us that what I've promised 10 years ago, I failed miserably. I failed miserably on my promise of 10 years ago, because running with the argument that you have fixed the national economy, when the experts, Prime Minister, who has been in the business longer than your political career, expert Prime Minister in the business longer than Andrew Holness's political career, is saying it is the worst state we've ever seen the economy in. It is the weakest the buying power has ever been. But this government have it his way. The economy is in the best shape it have ever been. We have stabilized or bring down inflation. We have bring down the unemployment figure. Bear in mind that 750,000 working Jamaicans are not taken into account in that, but the Prime Minister claimed to have taken it down. If Andrew Holness stick to at least one project per year, at this point, Andrew Holness could have had at least 9 things to point to say, I have successfully completed. To date, the thing that Andrew Holness is plucking out as achievement is what we gave Andrew Holness as his job description. Now, how come somebody could come to you with the roles and responsibilities you have given them and come back and tell you, say, I have achieved them because I have completed such a task? Government talking about roads and water and all of that, it's not achievement. It's the basics that you are elected to put in place. That's not achievement. That's your job. That is your job. It's not an achievement. So don't run around and say no fix road. Developing the economy, industrialization is not an achievement. It's a part of your job. If you put like social systems in place, particularly things that are not a part of your manifesto, whether or not that is beneficial to us generationally, those you can boast as your achievements. Those things you can boast as achievement because you have put system in place to make sure it advances us socially. Those things are achievement. But merely fixing with road, with water, with light, with rivers, with drain, with gully, collecting with rubbish, with street lighting, no, they're not achievement. If you have used the National Housing Trust money properly, you could have gone on a wide scale building of affordable housing to rent to buy for Jamaican people. De-ghettoize the inner cities. De-ghettoize the inner cities with rent to buys. That would have been an achievement, because what you would have done, you would have lift poor people out of poverty, go a massive way to solve the housing crisis, and in the distant future, put them on the property ladder. That would have been achievement if you use the National Housing Trust money properly. The election, Prime Minister, who is going to call it? There's 2 privileges, Prime Minister. You, the Prime Minister of the day, failure to do so, then the Constitution will. Who, Prime Minister, do you think will call the general election? Because we never yet see somebody kind of take it down to the wire the way you do, and with the confidence you have as well, Prime Minister. That is what is strange about it. You're full of confidence, but you're willing enough to take it down to the wire. And everybody is wondering why. How come? Thank you very much, Auntie Shelley. Everybody is wondering why. How come, after with all this confidence, the Prime Minister still is dilly-dallying to call the election? We know fear is a part of it. We know positioning is a part of it. But with the Prime Minister confidence, he should be more advanced in his campaign. One of the things that irritate me about the Prime Minister and his supporters, they regularly speak about how successful he is or the Prime Minister's success. But when you ask to have that success quantified, nobody can point to X, Y, and Z. They only point to Andrew Holness's description, which is not an achievement. It's his job description, is the things that we elect him to do. They're not achievements. The Prime Minister admit to us that him failed. How then this same Prime Minister, after being given 9 years, and then turn around admit to us that I have failed, but give me 5 years to deliver the prosperity to you? What madness is that? Professor Chent, how you do? What madness is that? If you did not manage to advance it, if you did not manage to advance it in 9 years, why you think we should trust you or believe in your confidence that you can deliver in 5 years? But Professor Chent, the Prime Minister now do good campaign well at the moment, And when election call, from election to nomination, it's gonna be about, from nomination to election, it's gonna be about a maximum 3 week of brouhaha. And with the buckle flinging we are going in a Westmoreland, the buckle flinging we are about to start in a Clarendon, the buckle flinging we are about to start in a Manchester, the shootout and the chop up we're going to go on in a North Central, the big old brawl in the street with the vlogger them. Me don't know how I go pull it together, Me don't know how I go pull it together to have a united front to take on the reinsurgence of the People's National Party. Me don't know how I go manage. But if you don't think say unity I go fall overnight when the election call, a lion or talk. One of the biggest fight I go have, one of the biggest fight I go have as labor rights is a nomination day. We go have fight all across the country. And I don't mean labor rights versus PNP, I mean labor rights versus labor rights. Nomination day will be a catastrophe between the whole army. We're going to have to run out and hold on the because we will all be eating one another. When we're going to have to go on that table, when earthquake, we have to go on that table like Cliff Hughes. When we're going to have to go on that table, you see the morning after attack claps, the night is attack claps, and then the morning after attack claps, that the morning there, me don't know who are on that table, but me not make nothing drop on me. That me I tell you, Professor Ched. Me not make nothing drop on me that the morning there, because it will be the thunder of Oreb between the Jamaica Labour Party. Because Mark Golden I got thief the election, the election counter commissioner them a PMP. Because Dayton Campbell work, they make them thief the election, give PNP. There's gonna be all sort. Hmm? There is going to be all sort of rigmajig and rigmarole. But me I tell you, say, the man in there, on that table me are there. Because not drop on me the man in. Come earthquake a shake the man in there. When Labour this realize say, a fool, them and Andrew, they a fool themselves. Because I think, I really think some of them believe in the Todger they speak, that they're third term all the way. They're so confident, even though they don't have the crowd to back the confidence. Hmm? They are so confident that they have the third term in their pocket. Don't even talk about green that poll Canadian gal. Hmm? Don't even mention green that poll because green that, say you know a green that get paid for. I know a green that I work for. So we would even pay attention to green that. If them believe in a green that poll, all they have to do is call the election, them have things go for them way. If things are go for your way, Prime Minister, if things are go for your way, and you see say, more corruption can come bedevil rather your government. Like one, the economy will and can fall into a worse state, or two, Prime Minister, we are awaiting some illicit probes, and Prime Minister, other corruption, because you throw out corruption and scandal one a day and one a week. Sometimes we have to duck and dive from scandal. Your government has been mobbed by scandal, Prime Minister. So you have such a good, even in the what you call the word there, the margin of error, Prime Minister. If JLP are 14 points ahead, that's a clear lead, even the margin of error, even on the minus scale, Prime Minister, because you would still be looking at what? 11%? 11 points? That's good, Prime Minister. You can jump the gun at any time, even with the unsettled seat them. Currency, so you can call the election. MP Bagamouth. MP so nice say she feel like tell you if you call the election. I want one scorpion bite you. I want one scorpion bite you, Prime Minister. You may just have a temporary shock from the scorpion venom and you call the election. You dissolve parliament and call the election. And the country will get their joy of seeing the back of the most brutal, the most corrupt, the most thievinest, if you can call it so, the most dictatorous, the most barbaric, because this government, this Andrew Holness, have ordered his gang of criminals to shut your children down in the street. This is a barbaric government. A thief, crooks, criminals. Look at how they have been cheating the public purse. Not president, my name, to the royal family of Morocco. We don't know here what happened to the free fertilizer. Andrew Holness and Floyd Green and their cronies enrich themselves out of the free fertilizer to the tune of millions. If I were you, Prime Minister, just before one corruption surfaced at your doorway, I would call the election, given the good standing that you are in at the moment, Prime Minister.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat and not press the poor. Make out what I seen to make him a throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the price. You must go and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw and stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear.
Thank you very much and welcome back. Now, to the Susans and Susannas of the Jamaica Labour Party, sue you, sue you, sue you. These lawsuits, Prime Minister, particularly the lawsuit against Dr. Dawes, it's tactical, isn't it? I would have thought that the lawsuit against Dr. Dawes, so bitters have 21 herb research, so bitters. I definitely will. Thanks for that. No, that I know. Thank you very much for that. So bitters, I understand. Very good for you. Okay, yes. I've also been told where to get the noni as well, so that I'm going to. But as I said, I've removed a lot of things from my diet, and I have introduced a lot of herb, spice, fruit, and vegetable to my diet. To be honest, at the moment, I really eat cooked food. I'm more having things raw at the moment, fruits, vegetable, and all of that, lots of smoothies and so on, with a lot of grandmother's medicine, several different bushes, soursop leaf, guava leaf, papaya leaf, noni, clove, rosemary. Um, I've got quite a good combination of herb using, but will also get whatever is out there that is beneficial. So thanks for that. Now to the lawsuits, particularly the lawsuit against Dr. Dawes, Prime Minister, and your team. It's tactical, isn't it? Because Dr. Dawes have sent 2 dossiers off to the Integrity Commission. Now, the lawsuit is more to tie up the investigation into the $31 million Jill. Really, I think that is the tactics that is being deployed here by Donovan Williams and MedTech, is to tie up. Pamela, I have even before the diagnosis, I have removed meat from my diet. I was never a red meat lover from day one, so it was mainly chicken and fish. Um, it's only fish, meat wise, flesh wise, that I consume, to be honest with you. Because even chicken, I've moved chicken from my diet, but fish, seafood is kind of my guilty pleasure. But I even of recent, I even stepped back from the fish, except for what my tilapias I got from Jamaica the other day. But as I said, I'm barely having cooked food at the moment. It's more fruits and vegetable. But I was never a red meat person from day one anyway, so red meat wasn't a big issue for me throwing up. I've also gave up coffee, I gave up sugar. Um, over the years, I've always been limiting my starch as well. But even before the diagnosis, I was making changes. I was making changes to my diet. So I'm hoping to stick to a proper dietary regime going forward also, because you know we have to make our food be our medicine, otherwise doctors are going to get the chance to prod and poke all over us. But Prime Minister, this lawsuit against Dr. Dawes is tactical to prevent the investigation by the Integrity Commission from advance, because they if it's in the court, then that investigation would be stalled and all of that. So it's going after Dr. Dawes in a way to say shut up, but on the other side as well, it is saying, sorry, it is also pointing to us that what you are doing is trying to block an investigation that could or would possibly unearth, Prime Minister, a more broader corruption before the general election. There is a lady on the TikTok that deals with eating by your blood type. I actually have the book, now that I know, thank you. I actually have that book, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. So I'm also using that to help guide me as well. I've purchased it in hard copy, so I have that book as well in soft copy. Mhm. But to everyone who has been wishing me well and a speedy recovery, thank you all very much. As I said, to those who are just joining, I'm not really stressed about it. My major concern once it was identified what was the problem I was experiencing, my main concern was about getting rid of it. I was quite confident that I wasn't going to go the chemotherapy or the radiotherapy route because that's the sickening route. Having a surgery, whether it be robotic or opening surgery, would be a more faster um, recovery with, as in my brother's case, he got an all clear with the operation. So I'm not, I honestly, I'm not stressed about it. My mind is in a calm place about it. And as I've said, I've got support around me. So um, it will be a blip, to be honest with you. Have you ever had? No, no EM. I've never had it before. Not to say the alkaline food. Yes, I'm aware of Dr. Sebi. I'm going to Brixton tomorrow to get Irish moss to make the gel also because I went East Street yesterday, but the ones they had there, I didn't like it. And there was a guy there who was saying to me, try the ones on Amazon because you get the bigger pack for a reasonable price. But that is one of the superfood that I'm going to be adding to my diet as a gel. I normally used to always make it as the juice, but this time I'll make it as the gel. But as I say, I'm doing massive changes to my diet, and it is the way forward, really. It is really the way forward. So, Prime Minister, call the election anytime you're ready. The ball is in your court. The win, Prime Minister, is beneath your wings. Hmm? The numbers are on your side, Prime Minister. The privilege are on your side. If you are to believe Cliff's numbers, Prime Minister, this is what you have been waiting for to have an upsurge in the poll. Hmm? The upsurge then, Prime Minister, should even give you more confidence than you and the party is having to call the election. Hear the youth call your election Friday, Friday. Call the election. Let the country decide if you deserve a third term. Let the country decide if they will wait for 15 years to see prosperity, given that they have waited 10 years and it has not come, and you're asking them to add another 5 to it. I don't know if I dunce, you dunce, or a bare face, you're bare face, or you're just a big overgrown fool. I don't know which one of them. I really don't know which one of them. But the fact that you don't even have no shame if you come tell we say, even though I've failed you, give me a chance again. That's really what you're saying, you know. It might not sound so to you, but it's exactly what you're saying. I know I have failed you, but give me another chance. This is how me know say you take with a fool. This is how me know say you take with a fool. Is why when you talk, your hand them can't stand still. You have to use your hand them fling yes or fling deso. You have to jump like a grass, cap up and railway track, yes or and deso. Because you're trying to convince us about something that we're not even listening to. Because other than some of we vlogger will listen to you, to correct you or to rebroadcast you, people really don't want to listen to you anymore. People really don't want to listen to you anymore because we know exactly what you are going to say. No other government has fixed the economy like you. No other government has stabilized the unemployment figure like you. No other government, and you change the whole of them to walk and see so like you. No other government, even all your blogger them and supporter them as well. No other, why they stick to the no other government nonsense? Hmm? No other government corrupt like you. No other government the people of Jamaica have lost their respect for like you. No other government leadership have been mobbed by corruption like you. Hmm? Hold on. Change the terms. Oh, go on. Well, ladybugs also eat your papaya. It helps you to heal your body. Yeah, me even buy one nice one today, no ladybug, one Brazilian papaya. You know the one where had the red and the yellow? Yeah, me get one, and it very sweet. It very sweet as well. And me have the seed them in the fridge for add to my smoothie also because the seeds have a lot of good properties in them as well. So the seed them I forgot in a my smoothie. But yeah, papaya something. Papaya, mango, and melon are something with me big pan this time of the year. So this evening me get Julie mango this evening and papaya. I mean I come across the East Indian yet. But me get Julie mango and papaya this evening. So me have my papaya seed them and my linseed them. But anyway, my people, thank you all very much for your concerns and your wishes. But I'll be continuing my programs in their usual fashion until they've given me a surgery date, which is maximum 6 weeks. They said the earliest 4 weeks, the latest 6 weeks. So within that time slot. So I'm looking at, say, from the end of June to the middle of July. So hopefully by August, I'll be up on my feet properly and running all over again. So thank you all for your concern, whichever platform you're on, whether it be any of the YouTube channels or on TikTok. I appreciate your support and Make sure you listen to your body and understand when there are changes in your body, because caught in things at an early stage, like myself and my brother, can be beneficial to the progression or the treatment. So thanks for your support. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. Thank you very much, and good night from the Global Television Group. And as I said, I am not stressed about it. Thank you and good night.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta. I sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. Give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience.
From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favourites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.